toonfleet here with another sort of update, I suppose. As such, this is 7 Days to Die, a great sort of survival horror series video sort of thing. This is my house. I haven't actually been here in a long time, but yeah, we'll have a look around and stuff like that. Right. Oh, that's pretty scary. As you can see, I've got a lot of dirt going on there. Right, anyway, let's get into this. As you probably know, there's going to be no more updates for the near future of this actual game on Xbox or PlayStation. But there is going to be... I don't like that noise, it sounds scary. There's not going to be anything... there's not going to be anything on Xbox or PlayStation for a very long time. But there will be on sort of PC. Now... people are like, well, that's a bit unfair and all this. Well, it's all down to the fact is, there was a sort of court battle, an argument, because you see the PC are by the fun pimps, and obviously for the PlayStation, Xbox, and everything else was down to another company, Telltales, and they was actually given the rights to actually do the updates and push it all through for the PlayStation and Xbox. They used another company called Iron Giants to actually help them do this and everything. But as you can probably tell when you actually play the console one, this is still in alpha. Because if you have a look, can you see that? Can you see the lag in the water? There's a lot of lag and problems. Things loading in. I'm taking a risk that it's night time and I might get killed. But there's... that was scary. But there's a lot of lag going on and stuff like this, and all these sort of problems. This is my new part of my base, by the way. I was building that ages ago, ages and ages ago. I was going to put lamps in there. That's like supposed to be a tunnel. Yeah, as you can see, it's all lag and everything. What's supposed to happen is they went to actual court to fight for the rights back, to get obviously their game back in a sense from the publishers. And they did all the fighting and all that sort of stuff, and they actually won. It cost loads and loads of money, but now it's left them like drained as a company, having no sort of cash or finance. So they can't exactly bring any updates to Xbox, PlayStation, but only PC, because they don't actually deal with console, because obviously all their expertise are in PC, not actual Xbox or PlayStation. Sorry about the gaps when I'm trying to talk about all this. It's due to the fact that I'm still playing the gameplay, and it's freaky. There was actually a few of us playing this. I mean, we've sort of not played it in a long time. Why is that collapsible? We haven't actually played it in a long time due to the fact is we was waiting for updates and all this sort of stuff, and we was pretty much getting impatient. And it was like we didn't realise that the actual game was going through issues in court and all this, but obviously we all know about it now. There was a court case and they was fighting over the rights to actually get their game back in a sense. So they've got no expertise in actually bringing out an update. So obviously I suppose they are actually looking for a developer who can actually deal with PlayStation and Xbox to actually help them do all this sort of update stuff and bring us all the goodies. Because there is quite a few good stuff actually on the PC. So it brings us down to what can we do to help this? Well, there's a few good ideas I suppose what are out there. Is the fact is, should we get a fund it page? Because this was all started with a sort of sidekick or a start-up sort of thing. What's the actual term I'm looking for? Kickstart, that's the word I'm looking for. It all started with a kickstart to actually get it into development and get it all going. As I said, it's all in alpha still, so it's technically not a full game. I don't like those sounds, they're scary. So it did actually start as a sort of alpha, and it still is. It's not an actual full game. But as you can hear, the sound effects are pretty good. The graphics are pretty good. Everything is pretty good. Apart from the lag. You'll get buildings lag in and lag out and different sort of stuff. I mean, what you got to remember is this is sort of like Arizona. And it's supposed to be a World War III apocalypse. So, that's all happened. By the way, this is a kill zone here. Yeah, just what I mentioned that. There's a little door there. No, I keep pressing the wrong button. Lock. What? Why is it locked for? Oh. Somebody used to live here and now they're dead. Oh, would you like to buy a ticket to the next event? Oh yes, please. Yeah, so as I said, we sort of all started building this and we really loved it. I mean, we had a bit of an issue with the weapons and making tools, getting things going, that sort of stuff. But if the game's only in alpha, so that means... That's scary. If it was in alpha, then obviously it's not going to actually be done or repaired. Or... You're not going to get the full benefits of it, I suppose. You're just going to get part benefits. I mean, they did a great job of it. I mean, you can see where they just took it straight from PC and put it straight onto PlayStation, Xbox, all that sort of stuff. And you can see that. But they left gaps in it. I mean, they was working on some great new updates and everything. But something must have happened and went on. And now we're not at the full benefits for the console, as probably the PlayStation, the PC has actually got. I'm making small little errors, people, due to the fact that I don't know where these little zombie things are, and I don't really want to get killed. And as you can see that over there? It hasn't really spawned in the world or the land. This is not really, if you're ever new to this game or anything like that. I mean, when I actually bought this game, it was like £30. And that's English pounds and pence. You can translate that, I suppose, into your own currency. And I really enjoyed it. I played loads of it, as you can probably see, with all the tools in the house I've got and stuff like that. And they did bring out some little updates and stuff. I mean, it's like the cactuses what give you damage, these things. Horrible. But you can actually make drinks from them. Keep you survived, keep you alive. I don't like that sound, it sounds scary. But as you can see, I like the game, I love the game. Doing pretty much, you can go on multiplayer online. You can actually play single player. Sure, I was here and there was a car there. I'm sure they look like bags. People died here. Oh, there's not a great deal in there. But I mean, there's been a lot of games. Oh, there's toilets there. Oh. Have I got room for them? Yeah, I got room for them. Let's pick them up before they despawn or something like that. That's freaky. The moon's up as well. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a pretty cool game. Pretty great if you're going to invent it. For me personally, I would say this game is an adult version of Minecraft. Yeah, that would be a fair judgment of the game. I mean, if it was myself developing it and tinkering with it, the stamina bar down there and the health bar, I've changed that and make that a lot different. But I would actually, I would make it more sort of, oh look, supply drop. Would make it sort of like a lot easier. Oh, here we go. We've got some somatics. Now these are somatics. What you do, you get them and you can learn how to use a chainsaw, use the first aid kit, you get a manual how to learn stuff, and you get drugs and medication and all this sort of stuff. Well, I've got tons and tons of stuff I probably don't need. Like that. There you go, got rid of that. I don't know the side of that. Alright, put them in there. Lovely. We're not going to need rocks and stuff. See, this is from when I was building, because I'm building sort of like a fortress. I don't know if you've actually noticed, but it looks sort of like, it looks sort of like The Walking Dead. It's got that feel, hasn't it? Piggy! As you can see, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, I can see they tried and everything, but I don't know if they sort of lost commitment to it or something like that. But it's a great game. It's a good game. I mean, you could do a lot with this. You could take it in a lot of places. And I can understand the developers are really struggling because they've got no cash and they've had to fight an expensive court battle and all that sort of stuff. But this game is probably worth the investment. I would say it's definitely worth the investment. Because the fact is, it's a really, really good game. It's a great game. I mean, just look at the detail and the buildings. They're fantastic. So, if we need to do a Kickstart or something, can somebody set one of them up? I don't mind donating some money, so they can actually bring out some update for this. Just to take it out of alpha mode, make it a full game, make it a proper game. You know, that would be great stuff. I mean, it's that bit of lag then. You do constantly get bits of lag. Oh, do that sound, it means I'm safe. They can't run at me. So, that's pretty much it really, when it comes down to sort of like the update, because at the end of the day, we want to do so much more and everything. This is my road, by the way. I was building my road. You've got to build it into stages. You have to put metal down. You have to make a frame, then you put metal into it. You have to tap the metal then to make it solid, but then you can turn that metal into concrete. Why did I just lag for? See, that's just the problem we have with the lag. Yeah, I dug all this out. This is going to be sort of like the base. The geezer's getting tired, can you hear him? That's his stamina. But when we first sort of moved here, it was infested. Infested by zombies and nasty stuff that didn't like us. And we sort of found this place, little base. And we thought, we'll live here, we like this, we'll live here. So we started building it and putting in little paths and roads. Certain people started picking out their own places. There's a bookshelf, lovely. So you can do so much more with it. There's just so much good stuff here. But there you go really. So let's return ourselves back to the position we started in. So here you go then. So I'm just going to read like a statement out of what we actually found here and everything. From what was actually released about this actual game in the last sort of update. So basically, on for console, in April 2016, the game announced it was going to be released on PlayStation and Xbox by the publishers, Telltale Publishers, and this would be released in the June and July of 2016. The most recent update to the thingy was a patch note 13, what was released on December the 13th, 2017. This patch update was for PlayStation 4 versions of the game to be issued in 1.0 and 1.18 and Xbox One version of the game. the game to be version 1.0.18.0. Yeah, that was hard. On September 2000, on September 21st, 2018, Telltale Games announced that there were some issues and problems with actually the game and the pump notes. A statement was released by the Funk Punks on November 2013. November, get it running right in a second. 13th, 2018, and they issued the following statement about the update and everything else. Then a further statement was released on September 2019, right, of no public information about the statement of the game. Publishing rights of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 has been released by the Funk Punks and Telstar of console port has not been resolved, and no update since 2000, get it right in a second, and 17 December. Not good with dates today for some particular reason. The further statement was released on the 16th of October 2019, starting to many of the future of 7 days to start on console, with the Funk Punks want to announce that the transport and whatever. But I'll put it in my words instead of reading this statement now about that, because obviously I'm getting myself all confused and it's not getting us anywhere. Technically, they put out a statement saying we couldn't actually do any more updates due to the fact is we are pretty much noob to it, because we're only publisher and we can only do PC. The updates you're actually needing for the PlayStation and Xbox everything was actually done by the other company. The other company now does not have the rights, as we've won the rights back in court, and now we own full rights of our own game. Due to the fact is we don't have the expertise of obviously doing developments and bringing developments out, right, we are probably now looking in the future maybe for another company to come in. Don't know, maybe a bit of speculation going on from me there. I'll say that as an alleged. Or they probably need the cash, because they said they haven't got enough cash and everything. They've got workers in the office and everything. They've got mortgages and families to look after and all this sort of stuff, right? So obviously they need to concentrate on the PC version, because obviously this is their game and this is their business. So they haven't got the cash and everything, which is pretty much fine. So if they can actually make some cash on the PC, or bring in somebody who wants to help, get a kickstart or an investor, why not bring out some DLCs for the console, right? Some low grade sort of maybe new clothes, guns, something like that, where people can actually buy it, build up a little bit of a bank account or an account or some money, and then obviously then, you know, sell the game out or put the game out for somebody else to do then the developments for the console. Because then you could have a relaunch of the console versions of the game and everything and get selling them again. You bring in new audiences and all this sort of stuff. Maybe get some good YouTubers to actually publicise, get it out there on a channel, you know, your own sort of 7 days to day channel, 7 days to die channel on YouTube, to get actually people to help you, like push this through. And I mean, it happened with stuff. It happened with games such as Friday the 13th, where the fans really liked it and wanted it, and that was going to be something else. They secured the right to actually have the name, right, because the game is pretty much similar, and all that to change was the main character and obviously the other characters, what was in the game. Over time, they sort of let the fans down by not bringing out updates and not doing too much with the game and everything, and mainly more concentrating on their American servers. But in this case, this isn't the case. This is the case of there was a partnership. The one partnership sort of give up, left it in alpha, didn't want to do a full game. The other one wanted to obviously keep it all going and everything, and fought for the rights and fought to get their game back. They've got their game back, but their only problem is their expertise is not in this particular electronic sort of system. So like PlayStation, Xbox, they haven't got the expertise in that. They have more expertise on PC. So obviously they're looking for a partner. So is there any other companies out there what could give them a hand, help them out, you know, develop some stuff for them, sort it out and everything? Because this game would be massive. I mean, they get like 10,000 people a weekend still, with the lag and the crashing and all the problems on a weekend, helping them, you know, helping the game and doing the game. There's series on it and everything. I know a lot of people would come back and play this again. They've still got the game, they just don't play it because obviously lag reasons and problems. But this game could actually go miles. I mean, as it says, it fits in the same genre really as sort of like Minecraft and Boundless and, you know, stuff like that sort of stuff. Like, you know, a sort of either a zombie or fighting sort of game, a development building. It's a sandbox game, and it fits in that genre with all them sort of things. So, you know, if you need help, why don't you ask your fans? Yeah, ask the fans to help you. This is a great game, a good game, and it could get there again. It could be up there again. It could win awards and all this sort of stuff. You just need to, you know, ask for a bit of help and everything. Maybe get a kickstart going or something. I said, ask developers if they could work on something for now, and maybe pay them later or something. Or, you know, do some DLCs on PC and then make some money and then put it into this. Because you tapped into the PC part of the market, and that's pretty cool. But you're not tapped into the PlayStation and Xbox market, where this game would be really cool. You know, quicker guns and all this sort of stuff. You know, just a little bit of a revamp or something, just a bit of a clean up. Take it out of alpha, definitely take it out of alpha, make it a full game. That's a must. Because we can stop the lag then, things could go really cool. Because it still looks a bit sticky. I mean, you get onto the bike and everything, and your character's like don't do like a really sort of bulky sort of thing. But you know, you need to change little bits like that. But you can do it. I mean, the fans are there. The fans ain't gonna have a go at you and all this, because obviously they understand. You need to talk to them more. You need to put out statements more and explain what's going on and what are the problems with your company and all this sort of stuff. You know, get the fans on your side. Get the fans to help you. You know, and make this great again. I've heard that somewhere before. I'm sure I have. But that's it really. That's my sort of take on it and update news and everything else. I mean, let's get 7 Days to Die. Hopefully by Christmas, even though there's a problems going on at the moment. Even though by Christmas, let's make this game great again and get it back up there and get people buying it, because this is fantastic. It's a good game. I like it. And that's me done really. And I haven't actually said throughout this actual stream, but don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, turn notifications and do all that sort of stuff. And if you've got any sort of thoughts or anything, just drop a message down in the comment section and talk to me. Let's start a community sort of chat going and see how far we can take this. So that's it really. That's me done. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, turn notifications, do all that sort of stuff. Leave me a comment or message or anything like that. And I will see you all again soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they can sort this out and we'll be playing 7 Days to Die all over again on Horde Night when the red moon comes up, and get scared.